We are very happy indeed. We achieved a great success for Synlab, writing now the new chapter on our very successful history. And we have raised 400 million of fresh capital for the company, which is great, I think.
What are you planning on doing with the proceeds of the IPO? Because clearly the market here in Europe is still very much fragmented. So is acquisition on the cards?
Absolutely. We are going to continue this story of consolidating this fragmented market in Europe and elsewhere, as we have done for the last 20 years very successfully.
But are you planning on increasing the pace? Because obviously now you have more funds available to do so.
I think we have been very fair to our employees along this pandemic. They have done a fantastic job, really almost day and night to ramp up our capacities and turning us to the biggest provider of COVID-19 tests in Europe. So I can only have a lot of gratitude and admiration for what they have done in the past 1 year.
Yeah, sure. Currently, we have an outstanding period when it comes to testing. Last year, you had, I think, 1/5 of your revenues came just from COVID testing. What are the expectations for this year?
I think we still see very strong volumes in the first quarter, in line with the last quarter of last year. And we believe that testing is going to remain a long-term necessity to keep the pandemic, or say when it will turn endemic, under control, as with other infectious disease in the past.
If you're saying long term, what do you have in mind? Because a recent note from Fitch was saying that they're expecting this COVID special effect to last until 2023. Do you think it will last longer?
Yes, I think it will last longer, beyond 2025. I'm not saying the situation in which we are currently, but the necessity to surveil the disease, to check the evolution of the variants, will request to say fish out positive tests, positive patients, to have the test to be sequenced, and there is no other way to do it, to adapt the vaccines and keep the pandemic under control, I think.
So in other words, you think that the vaccination will not enable us to live in a test-free world when it comes to COVID?
Yes, I think we will come to a more normal world. But for example, if you have the flu in October, your doctor will probably prescribe a multiplex PCR testing, which will help also checking if you have a corona virus or another virus. And that's how this is, I think, going to work for the healthcare systems.
What would you say, how much growth is in your market, sort of natural growth rate for the next sort of 10 years?
Well, our market is permanently growing. We have grown as a company on an average basis more than 10% every year. And this is going to continue for us. The market, I would say, we have guided for 3% plus for our organic growth. And the underlying market is supporting this for sure.
Let's speak a little bit about your post-COVID growth strategy, because clearly investors might be interested in that, giving your shares some upside potential as well here.
Yes, we believe that besides what we talked about, COVID being a long-term necessity for testing, we will have our, say, normal trend of growth resuming at this about 10% per year. We think we will continue consolidating the market with M&A successfully, and we will also continue gaining market share on our organic growth. And the levers are tests become more and more sophisticated to help medicine progress, for example, in oncology, companion diagnostics. But at the same time, I think also our strategy of customer-centric medical excellence, really oriented towards our patients and doctors, clients, is bearing fruit and will continue to bear fruit.